When it comes to trying to eat healthier, so many athletes think about what they need to subtract from their diet. And I'm going to argue as a sports dietitian that it's not necessarily about what athletes should subtract, but possibly what they should add. So what I want you to think about is don't subtract, just swap. Welcome to the Sports Nutrition Playbook channel. I'm Amy Goodson, sports dietitian. And today I want to talk about not subtracting from your diet, but swapping into your diet. When it comes to healthy eating, which lots of people think about in January, athletes often think about what they have to subtract or take out or what they can't have. And I'm going to argue that instead of subtracting, you should try swapping. So subtracting some of those maybe less healthy foods and swapping in more nutrient-rich foods. So there's three key places that I see athletes want to subtract where I'm going to argue you should just swap. Number one is with their carbohydrates. Lots of athletes think, oh, I'm just going to cut carbs out. Well, carbohydrate is your body's number one source of fuel. And so you have to have carbohydrate to perform, to lift, to run, jump, all the things that you're asking your body to do over the course of the day. And so to think you're not going to eat carbohydrate is just not a great idea because you have to have it for fuel. Now, can you subtract some of the higher sugar carbohydrates and swap in some whole grain, high fiber carbohydrates? Yes. So instead of saying, I'm not going to eat carbs or I'm not going to eat sugar, let's focus on swapping in nutrient-rich carbohydrates. So maybe you normally eat donuts or pastries or Pop-Tarts in the morning. Let's try swapping in a whole grain waffle or whole grain bagel in substitute for that. Maybe you normally snack on candy or you snack on chips or maybe other foods like, goldfish, Cheez-Its, things of that nature. Maybe you subtract those and try swapping in whole grain crackers, higher fiber options, swapping in fruit for some of your carbohydrate choices, and then looking to choose whole wheat, whole grain everywhere you can. So the goal is not necessarily to subtract. You want to swap. Instead of eating French fries, eat roasted potatoes. Instead of eating chips, eat whole grain crackers. Instead of choosing Pop-Tarts, choose whole grain waffles. So number one place to swap instead of subtracting is with your carbohydrates. Number two place to swap is with beverages. Many athletes fill their days with energy drinks, sugar-sweetened beverages, etc. Now, we want you to hydrate, so you can't subtract fluid, but let's try swapping in a nutrient-rich choice. So for athletes trying to swap in nutrient-rich beverages like milk, chocolate milk, smoothies made with milk, yogurt, and fruit, even post-workout shakes or ready-to-drink shakes are fantastic solutions to help you get the hydration that you need in, but also add nutrients like high-quality protein, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. If you subtract out some of those high sugar calories from the beverages that don't provide you any nutrients and swap in nutrient-rich calories, you are getting a bigger bang for your buck when it comes to hydration. Then the third area that I think athletes can really dial in and instead of subtracting, just swap is when you're going out to eat and running through fast food restaurants. The reality is this time of year, athletes go, I'm never going to eat fast food again, or I'm not going to eat fried foods. You're going to end up in a fast food lane. We all know it. So instead of subtracting and saying, I'm just not going to eat there, let's try to swap in some nutrient-rich choices. So instead of eating a fried chicken sandwich, could you get a grilled chicken sandwich? Maybe you really want a burger. Great, let's pair it with fruit and milk. So there's different ways that you can think about swapping in nutrients. Side items are a good option because you can swap out things like French fries and tater tots and swap in things like fruit, yogurt parfaits, as well as salads and other options that give you lots of color, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. When you think about what you're drinking and when you're out to eat or in the fast food line, if you normally consume sweet tea or lemonade or a soda, let's try swapping in milk or chocolate milk for added protein and nutrients. So it's not to say you can't eat out and you have to subtract going through a drive-through from your your daily routine. The reality is you're probably going to end up there. So let's focus on swapping in nutrient-rich substitutions. So for the month of January and beyond, as you think about how you can improve your diet, improve your overall eating pattern, don't necessarily subtract, just think about swapping in nutrient-rich foods to help fuel and hydrate your body. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay up to date with all of our sports nutrition information.